Hello, everyone. My name is Shelly Lynn Hughes, and I am the host of this Pursuit 365 channel. Every week, we interview someone incredible from our Pursuit community, and today we have Daryl Burden. Daryl, I've known for many, many years, but I'm going to read his bio. I'll do the short one and put the long one down below. And I'm looking forward to getting to know him better as we've known each other for probably 20 plus years. So, Daryl Burden is an adventurer, an overlander, and graphic artist. Daryl is a multi-talented entrepreneur with a background in construction, marketing, and design. Named Entrepreneur of the Year in 2019, he's known for his innovative spirit and leadership. As the face of the Van City Adventure YouTube channel, Daryl shares his passion for the outdoors and overlanding, inspiring a growing community with fearless, family friendly content, balancing business, family, and adventure. Daryl continues to make his mark across industries and landscapes. Well, welcome today, Daryl. It's nice to see you again.
Thank you. Nice to see you as well.
Yeah, we pass each other every now and then in Vancouver and or in the outer areas, but it's
We
nice
do.
to actually see your face and not have to rush anywhere any at the moment.
So true.
We're always rushing.
Always busy.
But I
Crazy.
will say, before I start asking questions, I will say you always have a friendly smile. You're always kind. You're never too busy to take a minute or two out to say hi. So just so you know, I really appreciate that.
Well, thank you.
So, Daryl, you've built successful businesses in both construction and marketing, and they're very, very different industries. So I'm curious, what core principles or strategies have helped you thrive across such diverse fields? Because they're completely different.
Um, I think it's persistence. Coming from a background, I mean, my dad was very handy, and I kind of grew up, tinkering with stuff. He would have a can of nails, and they were all bent, and I remember straightening them all out and building stuff. So that's kind of what got me into my love of building. Um, And then with the marketing side, I've always been very artistic. So from creating logos throughout all the years and, from magazine covers to club logos to I don't even know anymore. It's been a lot of fun. Um, yeah,
That's amazing. Yeah. So, yeah, because they're quite different, but I can see how, I mean, I can also see how they'd be similar because I find construction workers or people that are doing renovations, there's art that's behind all of that.
you have to have an eye. And with art, you have to have an eye as well. So when it came to construction, I mean, I've done the framing, I've done the concrete, I've done all that stuff, but where I really excelled was the finishing part of it because
Hmm.
my OCD was there. And it's just like, this has to be perfect, this has to be perfect. And, making sure everything's lined up and, making sure everything is where it needs to be and how it should work, et cetera, et cetera. So, I mean, yeah, they kind of tie together with, being a little OCD with details.
Hmm. Yeah, OCD is not fun, but I think that if I have someone working on my home, I want a little bit of OCD or at least those goals of high quality, doing the
Yes.
work properly.
Yes. And it
Definitely.
doesn't pay to always go cheap either because, I mean, we're fixing a job right now where she went cheap and now, I've had to redo all the electrical because it was done wrong, it wasn't done to code. So it's things like that. And then people don't want to pay for it either because they can get it cheaper.
They can get
So,
it cheaper, but cheaper is not always better.
yep.
I've heard a term just recently used, and I found it interesting. And I find this with products or even services or, doing what you're doing renovation. And it was buy once, cry once. So when you buy something quality and you're spending a little bit more money, and again, it's not always more money, but buy once, cry once because you're not buying. I mean, think about the times when you go to the dollar store. Like I tell my daughter, like, let's not buy the toys from there because they don't last. They
Well,
last like a
exactly.
day.
Yeah.
So,
Going to the dollar store is good for some things, but other things it's not.
no,
And
like
my
don't
wife
do
does
that.
the same thing too, right? She buys something and then it doesn't last. I'm like, did you get it from the dollar store? Yeah. I'm like, okay, that's why.
That's why, right? So again, it's if you want your house to be falling down, go for the cheapest person, the
Yep.
cheapest company.
Yep.
Okay, let's talk a little bit about Van City Adventure. Or adventure, not adventure. So, Van City Adventure has built a strong following on YouTube, and congratulations to your YouTube channel. It's
Thank you.
not easy to get out and put your face out there. What inspired you to start sharing your adventures, and how has that channel evolved over time? So, I know that you love to get on adventure, and we're going to learn more about that, but what inspired you to do the channel?
Van City Adventures started from this little incident that we had in 2000 called the pandemic.
Mm-hmm.
We had a project we were working on, and COVID hit. The clients didn't pay, and I was left owing or having them owe me $250,000. And instead of jumping off the cliff, I decided, I needed just to get out and to clear my mind. I
Mm-hmm.
went from working 16-hour days to working 2-hour weeks, and I needed something because I'm used to this pattern, this work. So I packed Caden up, my son, and the dog up, and we went out on an adventure. I had talked to a friend of mine earlier the previous year, or later the previous year, for a Christmas thing, and he used to be a DJ and stuff like that. And I needed some music, and I said to him, like, I need some. He's like, I'm not doing that anymore. I'm doing YouTube. So I was kind of curious. I mean, I've had a YouTube channel in the past, but it was more about interviews and stuff we had done for projects. So he's like, we sat down. He's like, you should do it. YouTube channel. I'm not interested. I'm not the type of person who wants to be in front of the camera. So when COVID hit, we went out and did this adventure, and I'm going, this is amazing. Like, we should share stuff like this. And that's what got me thinking the YouTube thing. So we went out on an adventure, we filmed it, and I threw it up on my construction channel. And it did very well. And a friend of mine reached out and he's like, no, great job, but wrong channel. So at that point, that's when Van City Adventure started. And it's just been a blast since. I mean, we live in such a beautiful province and beautiful world that, during COVID, we got to explore places that, I've grown up here and I never knew half of these things were here. And to get out and find it and, then have people messaging me and say, where is that? It was really a lot of fun.
So
So,
it's like yeah, it's one of those projects that you stumbled upon almost.
yep,
There was a lot of good things that actually came out of COVID. Like I hate to say it, Pursuit 365 came out of COVID.
yep,
And a lot of bad things came from COVID too, but
yes.
it wasn't all bad. So good for you.
Thank you.
Now, do you ever take those adventures outside? I mean, you obviously take them outside of Vancouver.
Yes. So we, we've been down to Oregon. Last year we hit Idaho, Montana, Wyoming, South Dakota, Colorado, Utah. And a lot of that was really neat to see. I grew up traveling. So my mom was from the Maritimes. So, every other year we'd be back and forth. So I traveled all across Canada and all across the US. Of course, we get older and life changes. But COVID kind of made me realize, you got to get grounded a little bit more. And when we were down there, it sure brought back a lot of memories. I remember being there as a kid myself, being about my son's age. Now he gets to experience the same thing I did at his age. And it was just really neat to see him just take it all in. And it was a blast.
So good. How old's your son now?
He's 12.
Wow. Doesn't it just go by so fast?
Yes.
It does. So, so, so fast. So the channel over time, I guess now it was first of all because of COVID, you were stuck here, Van City Adventures, mostly Vancouver, and
Yep.
now it's evolved into like Oregon and other places.
Yep. This year we're heading down to Arizona. I've got a seminar to do down there for Overland Expo West in Arizona. So we're going to, it's only 3 days, the event. So we're actually going to take a week to get there and a week to get back. So we're going to, explore as we go.
So overlanding lifestyle. Is that the
Yeah.
way you say it? Tell us about that.
So, I've got my truck that I've had for a while, and, I've always babied the thing, so it was good shape. So, once we started hitting the back roads, it was a little, but we've taken our truck and we have converted into basically something that we can live off of. So we've got a tent on it, we've got water, fuel, we've got solar, got our battery packs and stuff like that. We got our fridge, and we can get out there and we can be out there for however long we need to be. So when we're doing these trips, we pack the fridge up, pack the truck up, and off we go. Whether we're staying on, a campsite or BLM land, um, it all depends. So it's basically, growing up, we did a lot of camping. This is kind of camping, but, in a tent on the ground, you're like a ready to go burrito for a bear.
Yeah.
So now we are up higher, so it makes it a little bit more difficult for the bear to get to us.
And then you said you've got an expo coming up in Arizona.
Yep.
So the expo, it's all people living this kind of like, is it a lifestyle, like a full-time lifestyle? Is it a part-time? Because I mean, you're in your home right
Yeah.
now. So is people, do they live it full-time? So,
You have your nomads. You've got van lifers, you got nomads, you got RV guys, you've got overlanding. You've got a lot of different fractions of it. For me, I have a daytime job. I do this as a weekend job. I call it a job, but it's not. It's a lot of fun. I mean, there's a lot of work that goes into editing, into filming and stuff like that. My son's kind of taken on more of the filming side of it
oh,
now, as he learns, because he wants to grow his knowledge so he can start working on his stuff. And he's come up with some really good ideas. I said, okay, you wait till you can drive before we implement those. So it's kind of spawned some other ideas that we're kind of working on as well now. But with these overlanding events, it's people that do it full time. It's people that do it part time. It's people that, other influencers and YouTubers. It's, all the new stuff that's coming out.
yeah.
So it's a lot of fun. And Caden gets to these. Caden's not shy. I am very shy. Like when I grew up,
Daryl shy? No
yeah.
way.
So for
You're shy,
me,
Daryl?
yeah. So for me, I'm a introvert that forces myself to be an extrovert.
Oh my gosh, I say that about myself all the time. That's the exact what I tell people.
Yes. And it's true. Like anybody knows me, like I went to a small school and, a class of 18 and I couldn't get up in front of them to talk. So for me to get in front of a camera, I mean, my days of modeling and acting and stuff, I mean, when I was skinnier, um, I would get in front of the camera and I'm going, okay, I see everything that's going on behind the camera. I can't focus on what I'm supposed to be doing now.
Yeah.
So to get in front of the camera, it was like, oh boy, take a breath. And, once you got used to it and started getting into it, it was like no big deal. But it was a learning experience. And, it's been fun to go on the ferries and, my son and I are having a meal and, have these girls that are kind of circling, young girls. And then they come up and it's like, you're Van City Adventure. I'm going, Caden, you got some fans.
Oh, so cute.
So
Kaden
it's
must
funny.
love that.
Yeah.
That's so cute. And I bet the people, I find outdoorsy people, people that like to get out in nature, they're probably the majority of them just really nice folks.
A lot of them are. A lot of them are mistaken for, just being stinky, smelly people. And, some might be because, for us, if we find a creek or whatever like that, I can hook up the portable shower and we can have a shower. So I mean, things have come a long ways since, when I was camping when I was young, whether you just go in the lake or whatever. So I mean, the evolution has changed a lot. I mean, you've got a lot of van lifers out there because they can't afford rent.
Yeah.
Overlanding, it's, you're getting out to where off the road, you're getting, out into nature where you can just enjoy it and just feel it. And that's what's important, is to re-energize and just
Mhm.
to, you've had I was going to say shitty week, but you've had a bad week, and you just need to let go and to recharge and get ready for the next week. And it helps, feel that mist of a waterfall or whatever it might be, the adrenaline of you're walking and a bear walks in front of you. There's a lot of stuff that, just gets your blood going, which is good.
Is there a specific place outside of Vancouver that stuck in your mind that like, oh, I want to go back there again?
Yeah, actually, there's a lot of places in Vancouver that are amazing as well. But one of the places that to me I find really epic and eerie at the same time when we went was the Peter um Earsdale wreck in Oregon.
Oh, okay.
And it's an old shipwreck that they left the ship there. So it's just the skeleton of the ship. And we got there, it was getting dusk, and it was, lightly raining, and it was just really eerie, but it was really cool to see, this. And I mean, this thing is not small either. I mean, it's probably a good 12, 13 feet when we were there, that sticks above the sand,
Hmm.
or more. But it's just something really cool to see.
That's very cool. I'll have to check that out. Now, I've only been to Oregon one time, so I'll have to go check that out for
Yeah,
sure.
we're gonna do the coast going down, so we're hoping to do a lot of cool things and see some family that's down there as well that I haven't seen in a long time as well.
Is your
So
son homeschooled or is it just outside of school?
it's just outside of school.
Okay, that's
This he'll be coming, well, for this trip, because we're leaving in May. I'm pulling him out of school for it, so he has some homework to do. But
that's all
we
right. It's good. It's good learning.
oh,
I
it is.
homeschooled my older daughter when she was younger, so I have nothing
Sometimes I think some of this is better learning than the school.
to
But
agree.
we're gonna be connected. I just, I have the pay as you go for Starlink, and we just travel because I can do all my phone calls and everything through that. So
Perfect, perfect. So you won Entrepreneur of the Year in 2018.
thank
Congratulations.
you.
What did that recognition mean to you? Like, how did that feel when you won it? What did it mean anything? Did it mean something?
It felt good to, you know, in construction, you're either loved or hated, and we've done a lot of jobs where um you need to. You have a gut feeling sometimes with people. And sometimes you need to listen to that, because some people just are not the perfect clients. You always get that reputation of the bad contractor, but there's also the bad client. And sometimes you get in this groove of, finding the wrong clients, and it can hurt you. So when you do a good job, it's nice to I've always gotten used to not getting patted on the back, whatever. But it's nice to kind of get that pat in the back saying, you know what, you've done a good job. Thank you. Congratulations. So it's a good feeling when you get something like that, getting recognized for that.
Absolutely. Did it did it shape your journey any differently after you won? Like, did it change anything?
Um, Not really. It was just, I wasn't even expecting it. It was a shock to me. I didn't even have a speech or anything. Uh, It was just something that, you know, it felt good getting it. And I mean, I still have it up on my shelf over there, but it's just something that, it's a name on a plaque.
Yeah, I understand that. Yeah, for sure. So many people dream of balancing business success with a passion like overlanding. What advice do you have for those wanting to pursue both without sacrificing the other? So you have a successful career with with your business that you do here, and then you have your, passion with overlanding. Like, what if people want to do what you're doing? Pursuing both, but not sacrificing.
Um, that's a tough one, because I think there are some sacrifices. Um, my During COVID, my wife was still working, So a lot of these ventures were Kaden and I and Tasha.
Hmm.
And Tasha's somewhere back here on the, there she is on the couch sleeping. Um, so she would join us sometimes, but she's not really into off-roading and all that stuff. She liked the
Your
travel
wife
part.
isn't.
No. So the adventure, the channel stuff like that, it started to grow. And she kind of, felt that, she's getting left out. So just as cheeky as I am, I think I actually have in the YouTube channel too. I put Daryl, Caden, and Tasha, uh, the pug, and sometimes my wife, just so she had some recognition because it's true. Sometimes my wife comes along.
Sometimes she's there, sometimes she's not.
Exactly. So before COVID, I was all work, 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 and now it's to me, it's work to work, done. Now it's family and venture stuff. So sometimes, there is some sacrifices where, we're adventuring, my wife can't come. Like when we're heading down to Arizona, she wanted to come, she was going to come, but then that was too long for her. She doesn't like my driving anyway, so um
Do any wives like their husbands driving? That's normal.
I, I
It's true.
I'll just keep my mouth shut. Um you know, there are some sacrifices, but in the end, it's making sure that you can at least give back a bit where you've taken away as well.
Hmm.
And being that our adventures this year, well, a lot of them are going to be down in the States, which should be interesting. I'm not sure how that's going to work with everything going on. Um, that in BC itself, there are some pretty epic places to get out and see that people don't know about. That you know you can head towards Squamish, and you see Shannon Falls, but going past Shannon Falls, there's this little FSR road, and there's some beautiful falls down there that are just out of like a movie. And it's such an easy walk, but it's such an epic view with the water just being so blue. That'll just take your breath away. That's here. Like we live in a beautiful place that people just need to get out and explore it.
Yeah, I came across a lake, or yeah, so many, many years ago, probably around the time we first met. And I think everyone knows about it now, but I remember it was called Cat Lake. And we stumbled upon it, and it was this beautiful lake, just like, what? Where did this come from?
Yeah,
Just by accident. So you've been doing that.
yeah. Finding ghost towns and caves and stuff that's from old houses that are filming running the drone by that old house because I didn't want to get too close to these old log cabins. The roofs are falling in. And running the drone along it, and suddenly deer jump out of it. And it's just like, I mean, they're just in a field.
Beautiful.
It's
Gorgeous.
Yeah.
Absolutely gorgeous. Canada is so beautiful,
Oh, it
though,
is.
isn't it? We're
It's
so
so
lucky.
diverse. And that's the
It
cool
is.
thing. I mean, I see why people love to film here because it's so diverse.
Yeah, completely. So you're going to be doing a lot of stuff in the United States. What about Europe? Do you ever, I guess you can't bring, you'd have to get a vehicle in Europe and move everything over and start from scratch.
Well, we could do other things. Like, we've been traveling once a year. Like we've been choosing different countries. So one year we were in Dominican. Another year we're in Jamaica. We've been in Mexico. This year we're looking at Costa Rica. So I mean, each year we're trying to explore different countries. Just for the culture, and to widen you know, our knowledge of people as well. Um, I went to, I've been to Iceland. I actually proposed in Iceland to my wife. Um, and Iceland was really cool. I mean, that was oy, 21 years ago now.
Yeah.
Um, but Iceland was actually, no, 20 years. Wow. Um, Iceland was so cool, and the people were so nice, and
Yes.
it's definitely a place I would love to go back to.
Oh, I've never been to Iceland. I went to Europe for the first time last year,
Yeah,
ever. And it was, what an experience. Like, everyone's got to go if you're from here.
yeah, I would love to.
It's so beautiful. Then I only went to two countries. I was only in London, England, and I was in France, and that was it. And I just can't wait to go and check everything else out. Go to
That's
Iceland,
neat.
like go to check the whole world out, actually. I think it would be
Oh,
amazing.
there's so many things to see and do. This is like, we're only here for so long. We
Mhm.
need to get out and we need to explore everything.
Absolutely. So what's next for you, either in business or your adventures? Like, what's next?
Oh,
Do you have any upcoming projects that you're excited about?
um, there. I'm working on an evolution for the truck, taking
Mhm.
it, to the next level. But Caden's being 12, turning 13 this year. I mean, he wants to start working on a vehicle as well. So I figure, maybe when you're 14, 15, somewhere in there, we'll start working on a vehicle together. And when he's 16, he's going to appreciate it more, and he can build it out and do all these things for himself. But I mean, he's got goals. I mean, there's a couple events that I'm working on trying to do. I'm just looking for a location. Um, so there's some stuff that we have in the works. Some of it will be for 4 or 5 years. Some of it I'm looking at next year. So I
Mhm.
mean, there's things that have kind of grown out of Van City Adventure, and it's opened a lot of doors as well.
Yeah, you meeting so many cool people. I bet Arizona's going to be awesome.
Yeah, we used to go there for spring break.
Mhm.
So when I was little, so it's going to be going down memory lane again. I do want to spend more time in Utah. So coming back, we're going to hit Utah again, because we didn't get a lot of time to spend last year there.
Mhm.
So I do want to spend a bit more time in Utah because it's so beautiful. So
Wow. So good. So it's all born out of that. So projects happening under Van City Adventure, but not under the corporation or the
yeah,
that's all right. Nothing wrong with that. That's a
yeah,
good thing.
yeah,
It's excellent.
yeah.
Well, Daryl, it's been so nice to get to know you better. And again, I've known you for so long and seeing this other side of you. I was actually really excited for you when I saw that you did have the Van City Adventure online. I'm like, wow, this is a side of him that I kind of knew was there, but didn't really know. I mean, the fact that we were both from the fitness industry and that
Yeah,
kind of thing, that I knew that it was there because we're all a little bit crazy from the fitness industry. But
true.
it's nice to see you out in nature and enjoying your life with your son and your wife and your dog. So
Thank you.
congratulations on finding that balance between life and business, which is sometimes a little bit hard to do.
It is.
It's really hard to do. That's my goal with Pursuit 365 is to help people see that it's not about being rich. It's about being financially healthy, mental health, physical health, emotional health, spiritual health, and financial health. So it
Yeah,
sounds to me that you have found that perfect balance.
yeah. Mental health is so important.
Oh,
Very.
yes.
Yeah,
Getting out in nature. Every conversation I have with people, we always say, not we, the guest always says, oh, getting out in nature. And it's so true. Getting back to nature really helps with that mental health.
and I mean, most of people live in a beautiful area. Like for us, we live here. Getting out in your backyard, discovering things is just, it's amazing. We got adventure, half an hour that way, everywhere. It's like, it's all around us. It's just
It's
getting out,
everywhere.
finding
It's
it.
everywhere.
Yeah.
Well, thank you for coming. And I look forward to getting to know, or sorry, sharing this with everyone else. And I look forward to see what your adventures are. We'll do another interview. So everyone, you can look down below. You'll see Daryl's YouTube channel. You'll see Daryl's Instagram. You'll see his website and a longer bio, more information about him. I read the shorter bio. And follow him on all those channels and see what the adventure he's up to. Thank you for coming today, everyone.
Thank you.